Stock markets in Tokyo and Sydney rose, while most other Asian markets were closed for holidays. BEIJING, stock prices in Tokyo and Sydney followed Wall Street higher Wednesday, while China, South Korea and Southeast Asian markets were closed for the Lunar New Year. The Nikkei 225 Nikkei, plus 1.69% in Tokyo rose 1.6% and Sydney's SP/ASX 200 XJO, plus 1.20% added 1.2%. Benchmark indexes in New Zealand NZ50GR, plus 1.91% and Indonesia JAKIX, plus 1.13% also gained. New Zealand on Wednesday reported a record low unemployment rate of 3.2%. Finance Minister Grant Robertson said it was an extremely positive result and evidence that businesses were continuing to hire people despite pandemic setbacks. But political opponents claimed the real rate was about double the headline figure, which they said was skewed because it didn't count people who weren't actively seeking work. The Statistics New Zealand figure was seasonally adjusted for the quarter ending December and was the lowest since current record-keeping began in 1986. Also, RBA Governor, central bank will do what's necessary to maintain low, stable inflation. Wall Street's benchmark SP500 index gained 0.7% on Tuesday, boosted by gains for energy and tech stocks in a late burst of buying. U.S. stocks are coming off their worst month since early in the pandemic nearly 2 years ago. Investors are trying to figure out how the economy and corporate profits will be affected by upcoming Federal Reserve rate hikes, intended to cool inflation that has surged to a 4-decade high. On Tuesday, the SP500 SPX, plus 0.69% rose to 4,546.54. It is 5.2% below the January 3 all-time high. The Dow Jones Industrial Average DJIA, plus 0.78% gained 0.8% to 35,405.24. The Nasdaq Composite Comp, plus 0.75% added 0.7% to 14,346. Fed officials said in mid-December plans to wind down bond purchases and other stimulus that is boosting prices would be accelerated to cool inflation. Consumers have kept spending despite price rises, but forecasters retail purchases might weaken and crimp economic growth. Investors expect the Fed to hike rates at least 4 times this year, starting in March. On Friday, the Labor Department reports U.S. employment for January. In energy markets, benchmark U.S. crude CLH22, plus 0.33% gained 13 cents to $88.33 per barrel. In electronic trading on the New York Mercantile Exchange, the contract rose 5 cents on Tuesday to $88.20. Brent crude BRNJ22, plus 0.37%, the price basis for international oils, added 18 cents to $89.34 per barrel in London. It fell 10 cents the previous session to $89.16. The dollar USD JPY, plus 0.07% edged up to 114.73 yen from Tuesday's 114.71 yen.